That long pause there after the music, it's kind of intimidating. It's like, well, what's going to happen? Well,
lots of fun things.
Right. Welcome to the Movie Madhouse. I am Rob.
I'm James.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Stefan.
Yes. And this week we have got a killer list.
Boo.
I can't tell you how long I've been sitting on that one. Literally, I have been sitting on that one.
I don't want to ask the dumb question here, but I'm going to. Stefan's been on before, right?
Yes.
Yes, he has.
Yes.
I'm not very memorable.
Does anyone remember what the topic was?
Vampire?
No.
No?
I did zombies, which is odd because I don't like the zombie genre at all.
when we did the top 5 best and top 5 worst.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I remember. All right, cool. What's that?
Mitch was on that show too, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yes, he was.
Yes. Okay.
If he wasn't working, he'd be here.
Yeah. He's watching right now. Don't let him fool you.
I thought the name and the face looked familiar.
Yeah, his mother gave him that name. Yes, Stefan still sucks.
Yeah.
Well, technically, his mother gave him that face too.
Yeah, it's also very true. She slighted me twice.
Well, Stefan, buddy, you're our guest, so you get to go first. Number 10.
Yay!
What is
All
your
right.
10th favorite?
So I wanted to have a pretty diverse list. Obviously, I think because of Halloween, my list is all genre film at the very least. And I was kind of like pulling from like personal experiences in a theater or, kind of like classic death scenes.
Hey, Greg.
And I think basically my first one is a newer film and it's from Green Room. And was one of my favorite experiences in a theater. Basically, a lot of things happen all at once. Anton Yelchin, who is trapped in a green room with the rest of his band, is surrounded by a bunch of neo-Nazis, and it's like a really good contained thriller. And basically, they're at the moment where he is going to relinquish the gun that they've stolen from one character and try to get out of this situation, defuse it. Basically, everything goes wrong. Anton Yelchin's arm gets chopped up, which the whole audience gasped when they saw that. So that was the first thing. But my death is the death of Big Justin, who is strangled. And then to ensure that he's dead, they slit up his stomach. And as soon as that happens, it makes me cringe. It's horrifying. So that's my top 10.
That movie is awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
That's a fun movie to watch Picard be a bad guy.
Yeah. White supremacist, murderous asshole.
Yeah.
Yep. Picard. Green Room.
That's, yeah.
Who knew he could act?
Acting! Thank you!
Yeah, he didn't say make it so once, did he?
No.
I don't think so.
That's why I never watched it again. Jason, what you got for number 10?
My number 10, now, as we discussed just before, I was kind of aiming towards like cool scenes that stuck with me or like memorable and whatnot. And my number 10 is a whole group of people in the opening segments of 2002's Ghost Ship.
Yes!
Where this taut wire just slices everyone in half.
Yes! I almost did that. Almost.
It's my number 4.
Nice.
Yes.
Ghost Ship is a memorable friggin' effect.
I know, but especially with the slow motion and the music going, and it's all the opening shot of the movie.
Yeah.
It's a great opening scene, honestly.
And the sound of the wire that they use to cut everybody too just sounds that much higher pitched. It was nice.
Yeah.
That and you see everyone just still standing there, and then you see all the blood and stuff hanging off the wire. And then they start to fall apart.
Yep.
Oh.
Greg differs with us.
What?
Greg says best movie death, Apollo Creed, Rocky 4.
It's a very good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's not the direction I was leading.
Zombieland. Well, gotta be more specific with the opening scene of Zombieland.
Yeah, a lot.
Because there's
of
a
people
bunch.
died.
There's a bunch of death scenes.
Well, James, what do you got for number 10?
My number 10. My number 10 is Sonny Corleone from The Godfather.
Oh,
That one it just like a bunch of these on the list just occurred to me today. Pulls in, the guy basically drops the change, ducks down, the doors lock, and then everyone comes out, and he just basically gets gunned down, gets out of his car, and just shot up 1,000 times more.
that is the epitome of fish in a barrel right there.
Oh my God, that's some great death acting by James Caan.
I can't argue that point. I really can't. Well, my number 10, it had to be on this list, even if it's not a movie, and I apologize.
What?
It had to be on this list. It had to be. My number 10 is from Sons of Anarchy.
I'm that's it.
See, I keep.
You've torpedoed this right off the bat.
See, I had a great
Shut your own camera
death
off,
scene
damn it.
from The Walking Dead, but this is movies. Oh, he booted.
Rob is
He
gone.
booted him.
And stay out.
It's Sons. I had to say Sons. I couldn't not.
But why do you have to bring up Opie? It's still sore.
Right? Too
I
soon,
still,
huh?
I still haven't gotten that far in the show, but I always hear about Opie's death.
Season 5, episode 3, around there.
All right,
I haven't seen a single episode of Sons of Anarchy.
Oh,
I've seen the first. I think
Get
the
out.
first 3.
Yep.
I think I've seen the first 3, at least the first 3 seasons.
Yeah.
You're getting there.
I've seen as far as the last shot that I've seen is them all in the back of the prison truck going to jail. And like Jax is on one side and they're all lined up in the other.
Oh, that's the end of season 4.
Okay, so that's as far as I've seen.
Maybe he skipped the Ireland scene. Like
No.
Mike did.
I just couldn't remember exactly. It was 3 or 4.
That was brilliant. We were talking about Sons and, the final show. We did a whole episode on it. And I think it was 2 months later, Mike comes back. He goes, you know what? I never saw season 3. It was like a whole new season for me. And he got to experience it all over again. I envied that.
That was so
It-
weird.
It is a good season in Ireland, yeah.
I actually got to watch new Sons of Anarchy material the other day. Well,
What?
about a month and a half ago now.
What, Mayan?
No. They're little web series.
Oh, okay.
4 of them directed by Ryan Hurst. Opie.
Nice.
Yep.
Beta from The Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah, that guy too.
Oh, he's
Okay.
terrifying as Beta.
Now, time for number 9. Stefan,
Yes.
what do you got?
So speaking of wire deaths from Ghost Ship, my number 9 also is a wire death. I decided to kind of put newer movies at the top of my list because recency bias. I don't want to over validate something I've kind of more recently seen and something that's a little bit older. So I picked You're Next, and the moment that is in You're Next that I'm referencing is basically it's a home invasion movie if you haven't seen it, and they're trying to go get help. They have no cell reception, as it's a horror movie. Obviously, they don't have cell reception.
God.
So the daughter's a track star, and they're like, "You have to run as fast as you can. Get out of here." Blah blah blah. And she runs, and unbeknownst to her, there's a wire stretched across the front doorway. So she basically just cuts her own throat via her own speed.
What was that character
Wow.
name or actress?
Oh, she is the person who I think she's the one who directed She Dies Tomorrow. It's a more recent horror film that I think is doing. I think it maybe just is on VOD now. I don't know.
Well, yeah,
Amy
there's-
Simetz. Amy Simetz, is that her name?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Yep.
Yeah.
Guess what her character name is?
Amy?
Yeah.
Yay! Lucky
Okay.
guess.
But
I did zero research.
Are Simon and Adam's characters Simon and Adam? I know I've seen that movie, but I don't remember the names for all. Because you got Simon Barrett, who directed the movie, is in there. Adam Wingard, who I think may have written.
Adam Wingard's the director of that, but what's his name? Who did House of the Devil? Acts in it. He's the guy who gets the arrow in his head on the out of the gate.
I thought
Okay.
Simon Barrett directed it because I know Adam Wingard.
He wrote it.
Because Adam Wingard writes a lot of normal indie movies, and then Simon Barrett does more of the horror stuff.
This was directed by Adam Wingard and written by Simon Barrett.
Simon
Oh,
Barrett
so I
is
had it backwards. Okay.
Simon Barrett's a wonderful person, by the way. He's super nice. Very good guy.
Wow.
Solid
Nice.
dude. Thumbs up.
Cool.
Nice pick. Jason, what do you got for number 9?
Number 9. Now, this is trying to keep it in the horror direction as best I could. And I could have picked a couple different scenes from this film. But this is from 2001's Jason X, the character of Adrienne, played by Christy Angus. This is when Jason first wakes up on the space station. He grabs the girl by the back of the head, slams her face into a tub of liquid nitrogen, and then smashes her face on the counter.
Oh, that's a brutal scene.
Yeah.
That was the scene with Tony Todd.
Let's
Right?
not go there. Let's not go there. Just moving on. Shush.
That is a wicked scene, though.
It is.
I really was torn between that and the girl who got sucked out the hole, and she says, "This sucks on so many levels."
If I were going to include imaginary people, I would include the woman he has inside the sleeping bag that he's slamming up against the tree.
I would have included that, but that's technically they're not real, so it doesn't count.
No,
Well, James, what do you got for number 9?
my number 9 is Nick, played by Christopher Walken from The Deer Hunter.
Oh.
One of the final scenes of the movie where he tracks down Nick, who's been living the last few years basically surviving on these Russian roulette games, and there's nothing there. He doesn't register, and so like Robert De Niro's doing the whole pulling the trigger, and nothing happens, and then he breaks through, and just after he breaks through, spoiler, Christopher Walken, Nick's character, just because like he says something, he pulls his hand away from his, shoots it, and shoots himself in the head. Oh,
That was a little late. But
that's okay. I said the word spoiler.
yeah.
It's from 1978. Come on.
Yeah. If it's spoiled for you.
Weekend.
Well, I want to point out I've never actually seen that movie, so now I know what to look forward to. Thanks.
Right?
You really should. You really should.
No, why? You just told me the movie.
Yep.
I didn't tell you the movie. I told you the ending. The movie is the journey.
Well,
It's not the destination.
Well, this journey that I watched, segue. Okay, that's horrible. Sorry. My number 9 is Serenity, and it is the death of Wash.
Number 5.
Number 7.
Is that the
I
character
knew-
that gets impaled with the pole?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a
I
leaf
am a
on the
leaf
wind.
on the wind. Yeah.
Again, it came out of nowhere.
Oh God, we're all gonna die.
What numbers did you guys have that again?
5.
And 7.
There we go. And Stefan, what number was it on your list?
Oh, it wasn't on my list.
What?
I like Firefly, and I saw Serenity in the theater, but I honestly haven't watched Serenity in God, when did it come out? It's been over a decade.
It came out in 2005.
2005.
Yeah, I mean I haven't seen it since then, but I liked it a lot. That was a good movie. That character that gets killed is super funny, and I think everything he does, he's like very, very funny, right? Like he typically plays a comedic relief, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, him and Jane are the well. I don't want to single out a few people for the comic relief because everyone has their moments, but yeah, Jane Wash has a lot of them.
Yeah.
My personal favorite is Con Man for Alan Tudyk.
Oh God, that's such
I
a
love
great
that
series.
I may have watched one episode of that.
And I so badly wish they could have convinced them to use the Ray Nearly cameo.
Ray Nearly?
That's his character name in Con Man.
And it was supposed to be a
Tudyk
cameo
shot
in
scene
what?
In
what?
Rogue One.
Right.
Because Tudyk did the voice of K2SO, but he also shot a scene where you see him as one of the pilots rushing through the gate as it's closing, and he crashes. And that was that they were going to possibly use that as a deleted scene or something, and it would have been in the next season of Con Man, where Ray Nearly's new claim to fame is he was in a deleted scene from Rogue One.
Nice.
But
See,
they
that-
couldn't pull it together to make it happen.
That's cool. Okay, now number 8,
Yeah.
Stefan.
So my number 8 is Silence of the Lambs. Specifically, the climax scene with I believe the characters' names are Lieutenant Boyle and Sergeant Pembry. So basically, Hannibal Lecter at this point has sprung himself and proceeds to bludgeon, I believe it's Lieutenant Boyle, with a bully club, and then takes the face off of. Yeah, it's a great scene. Like, it's very affecting. It's horrifying. Plus, there's obviously like the reveal. Basically, that's how he escapes from the hotel in the third act. I don't know. I love that scene. I just watched it literally like 2 nights ago, and I still love it. It's great. Movie's a little bit transphobic, but it's what it is.
But you're right. That scene, especially in the ambulance,
Oh yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
the
good choice.
face.
Yep. That's surprise. I remember Cam was watching it with me just recently. We went through the whole series, and he didn't see that one coming.
Yeah.
Jason, what do you got for number 8?
Okay, I had to stretch things a little bit for this, but basically I put down for my number 8 is the entire climax scene in the tunnels in Rambo Last Blood.
Oh.
With a special shout out to that one unnamed goon who gets his face chopped in 2 places.
See, now I would have singled out where he rips the guy's heart out of his chest, literally.
Nah, no. The spring-loaded machetes that chop the guy in 2, like right here, like this. And,
That movie,
and it goes 3/4 of the way through his skull at both levels.
That movie is
All the
ridiculous.
booby traps he does in there, all those deaths in there are just so wicked and violent, and fuck yeah.
I still can't believe how right you were on how they stepped up the violence from Rambo 4.
I almost put Rambo 4 with the machine gun at close range.
Oh, and he chops him in half? Yeah.
No, when he just turns the gun on the guy sitting in the front seat.
Oh, okay.
And hamburgers the guy at point blank range.
Yep.
But no, the whole tunnel scene in Rambo Last Blood, phenomenal work of ultra violence.
Rambo becomes Jason Voorhees, I guess. Like, I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
Well, no, he's not swinging the machetes. He's made booby traps throughout the tunnel. So these were a spring-loaded trap.
He's home aloneing them.
He's home
Pretty
alone.
much. Pretty much.
Yeah, here's Kevin McAllister when he grew up. James, what do you got for number 8?
Okay, number 8, I have it's a character. It's from the movie Wrong Turn, and it's Francine, played by Canadian actress Lindy Booth. It's when the hillbilly rednecks, she's there with her boyfriend, played by Kevin Zegers, and they come up from behind her with the barbed wire through her mouth, and they end up like pretty much decapitating her right through her mouth with barbed wire.
Ow. I don't think I've seen that one. Is it the first one?
It's the first one, yeah.
I do remember that.
Oh, wait. Elijah
Yeah,
Dushku
I have
was in
seen
that.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah, Elijah Dushku and Desmond Harrington are the stars of that. Julian Richings plays Three Finger.
I haven't watched that movie in so long. Like, since it came out of the theater, I think. I need to watch it.
I like most of the sequels, but the first one is classic.
I can't argue with that. Okay. My number 8. Again, total diversion a little bit, but still a movie now. Life is when Rory Adams dies. Rory Adams being played by Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, okay.
He ingests an alien.
Oh, that's this part they spoiled in the trailer, kind of.
Yes. The thing crawls into him and then expands.
That is brutal.
I think it's the sound design that sells it for me, because you can hear bones cracking and the whole bit. It's like, oh.
So it's not an explosion; it's a slow expansion.
Yep.
That's
Kind of,
brutal.
yeah.
I've never seen it, so I don't know. But that sounds brutal.
It is an awesome movie.
They used to call it the unofficial prequel to Venom, and you can kind of see why. Okay.
Stacked cast too, like Gyllenhaal and Rebecca Ferguson, like smash it out of the park.
It's worth the watch.
Yes.
Okay, number 7.
So my number 7 is from 7.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So this might get poo-pooed. I'm not sure, but it's an implied death. It isn't something that's seen on screen at all. But it's the one where the sex worker is killed with the strap-on blade worn by Leland Orser, I believe is the actor's name. I love that guy. He's great in everything. Like, wonderful character actor. Anyways, his reaction of like him hyperventilating and explaining the story while being investigated is just like gut wrenching. Like,
You're right. That's
just sitting there wrapped in the blanket.
Yeah.
That is off screen, and it still visually impairs me. Like, it's
like the Polaroid that's shared from the sex shop owner, or like the leather shop of what it is before they go to the crime scene is just like burned into my brain forever. It's never leaving.
You can never unsee that.
Yeah, I'll have like the latest stage dementia, and I'll still remember that Polaroid.
There's Stefan, 98 years old in the home, going, "Where's my sexy life? I know I had a picture."
And that's just one of the scenes, which is the reason why I have never rewatched that movie. As great as that movie is, I acknowledge that it is a fantastic movie. One of the best that fits that thriller genre. But I can't rewatch it because it's just too damn disturbing.
Sean Joe definitely has the upper hand the entire time.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an incredibly depressing movie. Like, the tone of it is just like it's raining all the time for some reason. You know, like
incredible cinematography.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Jason. Well, we know yours.
Yep.
Wash.
I'm a leaf on the wind.
Yep. James, what do you got?
Number 7. My number 7 is Purvis, played by David Arquette from the movie Bone Tomahawk.
Oh, it's a great one. That's wonderful.
And this is where they get captured by the savage natives, and they realize that David Arquette's character's there too, and he basically gets turned upside down, stripped naked, and they take an axe or a bone tomahawk, as it were, and he gets cut and then basically take one leg in each hand and split like a wishbone. It's you can't unsee it.
But he's not. But he survives because there's a documentary. There's a documentary that says you can't kill David Arquette.
I heard about that, but unless he's also Deadpool, then
no. The documentary is about his wrestling career.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that's worth talking about.
He's gotten into hardcore wrestling. He's been doing it for years.
Are we talking about David Duchovny?
David Arquette.
Oh, okay.
Right. David Duchovny, the wrestler.
I thought he said David Duchovny. Yeah.
No, Arquette.
Arquette is a former WCW heavyweight champion.
We don't talk about that.
He does.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay. Actually, you know what he did was really cool? We did an episode on the Vicious Circle about rumors. And, it was bad moments in the WCW. And that was brought up. The fact that, an actor was now the world champion. All the money he made during that, he donated to something.
That's nice of him.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank on exactly where he donated. It was a great cause. I remember that. But everything he made, he donated. He says that's the best part of that whole situation.
That's the only good part.
That makes me feel better about it.
Yes. Okay, my number 7. It's a Brad Pitt movie. and it's actually Brad Pitt that dies. His name in the movie is Chad Feldheimer,
Oh.
and he's a poor guy hiding in a closet when he surprises George Clooney,
Oh.
who then you shoot the crap out of him through the closet door. It's from the movie Burn After Reading.
Right.
I never
That was
watched
very
that one.
abrupt. Very abrupt.
That's what I mean. This was one of those did not see it coming kind of things.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I never saw that one.
oh yeah, the
Movie's
best part.
underappreciated.
Yeah, the best part though is that sneaky grin Brad Pitt has just when George is coming in the room, and then boom, 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 boom. Whoops.
Is that Coen Brothers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's worth a watch.
I'll add it to my list.
It's one of
All
those.
right.
It's one of those. It's one of those. It's so funny because it's so far out of left field.
Yeah,
Especially the chair that George Clooney's character invents.
The sex chair. Sorry, I just ruined a plot point for people.
now you have to watch it, Jason. I look like Mr. Fantastic when I do this, don't I?
Yeah.
Brad Pitt hides in a closet, gets shot by George Clooney, who invented a sex chair.
There's the plot.
It's
He's
A+,
also smacked.
honestly.
He's also smacked in the face by John Malkovich, but
I don't
That's a
recall
funny-
seeing
that's-
anything remotely anything like that in the trailer.
you see him getting smacked in the face in the trailer. I'm pretty sure.
Well,
Wow.
we are now in number 6. Stefan, what do you got for
Yay.
number 6?
All right, so number 6. This is probably just like the most fun death, I think, on my list. Yeah, I think I'll call this the most fun. This is from Scanners, and it's the infamous head explosion with
I still
Louis
have to watch
Delgrande.
that.
The head explosion, like I think everybody already knows the story behind it, but they weren't getting a good prosthetic reaction, so they had a guy with a shotgun just below, this prosthetic head, and just, fired off a round of buckshot, and then you get this wonderful head explosion. It's just a great scene. I don't know. Michael Ironside.
Yeah, that was his character, wasn't it?
Michael Ironside kills Louis Delgrande's character, yeah, or Delgrande. I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name.
That's classic.
Yeah, it's a great one. Got us some Canadian stuff in our top 10.
Yeah.
What was that character? Do you remember the character's name that dies?
I think he's labeled as like the first scanner or something to that effect. I don't think he has a name attached to him.
I have some
Yeah.
Canadian stuff in my list.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I got it on the list right. Okay. Jason, what do you got for number 6?
All right, this one here, this scene, like this movie, is one of the first modern horror movies I watched, like as an adult, and that actually got me. Like, it freaked me out. It was over the top gory, and it's from 2003, High Tension.
Oh yeah.
And it's when the character of Alex, her dad. So the killer shows up at the house in the middle of the night. He grabs the dad, shoves his head through the banisters, like through the spindles of the banister,
Oh.
and then takes, like, I don't know if it's a piano or a bookshelf or something, and
I think it's a
shoves
bookshelf.
That
Yeah, it's a
baby
bookshelf,
and
I think.
decapitates him with a
Oh.
bookshelf.
I haven't watched
Yep.
that movie in so long, but that movie is amazing.
It is really amazing, and it had, it was one of the first movies I ever saw that had the kind of twist that it had. And
Yeah.
that death in particular has stuck with me over the years, because he decapitated him with a bookshelf.
Okay, what was his name? Do you know?
I don't know. I know he's Alex's dad. I don't think he actually ever heard his name in the film.
Doesn't last. long.
Wait, I have it. It's Alex's dad. Andre Finti is the actor.
Oh, there it is. And I got his name. Pierre Alex.
Really? Yeah, Père Alex. So
Père
that
Alex.
means that's French for father Alex. Alex's father.
Cool.
There we go.
Yeah, that movie is bloody.
Yes, it is.
I mean, it
That
started.
scene alone, it's like all the blood in his body just geysers out after.
Well, when you see his truck rocking and then he just like chucks a severed head out of the window, you kind of like, what you're in for the rest of the movie with that opening, introduction to that character. It's not gonna be great.
That was the movie that introduced me mostly to Muse because there's the song Newborn that plays at the end of the movie. And I'm like, this sounds a hell of a lot like Radiohead. And I looked it up, and it's this band called Muse, who sounds a lot like Radiohead had they stayed in the normal range.
Normal.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, James, what is your number 6?
My number 6, I almost thought you had the same thing as mine when you said Brad Pitt. But mine is Brad Pitt's character from The Counselor, Westray, where he gets the bolito thing that Javier Bardem describes to him dropped over his neck, the mechanical device with the wire, and it's impossible for him to break it. It just keeps tightening, and then cuts off his fingers and then slices his throat, and he's on it eventually decapitates him right in the street in front of a bunch of people. Right at the end of the movie.
We had a lot of wire death here.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's immediately what I thought of, that and the barbed wire death when you mentioned Wire from Ghost Ship.
Yeah.
Wire?
The Counselor?
Decapitation. The Counselor.
The Counselor. Yeah.
I don't recognize that title.
It's a Ridley.
Go ahead.
It's a Ridley Scott movie. Oh, somebody jumped away.
It's
a Ridley Scott movie with Michael Fassbender, Cameron Diaz, Javier Bardem, Brad Pitt. It's based on Cormac McCarthy, who notoriously writes really dark and depressing stuff. He wrote the script for this. It was an original script, and it's a super depressing movie, and not critically well liked, but
yeah, people hate this movie.
one of the best things Ridley Scott's ever done, in my opinion.
Wow.
Oh,
So it's a dark horse opinion, which I appreciate.
there's Spotlight. Hey, guys. Or hey, fellas. Great topic. Thanks, buddy.
Yes.
Fire off some of your favorite death scenes.
Yeah, please fill the comment section.
Yeah. Okay, so that leaves... Oh, it's
You.
I have to change the way my screens are set up. I disappeared because I went to go back to IMDb and I accidentally hit leave.
Oops.
Yeah, so I have to change that. Mine is from Saving Private Ryan.
Oh.
Ooh.
And it's the one that disturbed me the most in the whole film.
Oh no, not the slow-mo, not the
slow stabbing. Private
Yeah.
Ryan.
Oh, that makes me hold my breath every time I see it.
Yes.
What was his name?
Excellent.
Private
It's-
Knowledge.
What was it?
Okay.
Adam. What's his name?
Adam
Adam
Goldberg?
some. Yeah. Oh, excellent. That thing
here
is
we go.
brutal. It's just like no, and then you hear the German guy. He's saying something in German as he kills him. Like,
Yep.
and I think it was something like, "I don't want to do this. I have to do this," or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Balin said his favorite death scene is the wood chipper scene from Fargo.
Also a very good
That's
one.
respectable. Yeah.
Very, very good one, actually. Yes, I forgot about that one.
I still have to give that a second watch because I don't like any scene in Fargo.
I need to start watching the new season of the show.
Yeah, me too.
I have heard good things about the show.
The show's been great, all 3 seasons, and I'm hearing nothing but great things about the current season with Chris Rock. So,
I love the second season, honestly. I think it's like prestige television.
Is that the one with you and McGregor playing twin brothers?
No, that's the
Nope,
third
that was
season.
3.
The second one has
Patrick Wilson.
Patrick Wilson?
yeah, and God, what's his name? The blonde guy. He's in like Friday Night Lights and the TV show, and trying to think what else he's in. He's in I'm thinking of Ending Things, that recent Netflix movie.
Oh, Jesse Plemons?
That's the guy.
Meth
Right.
Yeah.
Matt Damon.
That's it. All right. Stefan, number 5.
Cool. This one I'm really excited about because it's one of my favorite movies. The movie is Scream, and the death is Drew Barrymore, or Casey Becker, as she's named in the film. Dies in the prolonged opening scene of the movie, and I think it's a pretty famous story that the Weinsteins are trash people, and they're always trashy to filmmakers, in addition to being god-awful, monstrous human beings. But they were unhappy with like the script. They didn't believe in the project, and until they cobbled together that first scene in kind of an assembly, they realized what they had on their hands in terms of the quality of the project, and kind of like solidified Wes Craven's ability to like really do what he wanted to do with Scream. And it's just like, it's a great opening scene. It's super tense. Like, it's in it's been in the zeitgeist since it came out. And, like every line of dialogue.
The fun thing too is from an article that I read, Drew Barrymore was actually supposed to be Sydney. But because of delays and the writing and everything, that when they finally got around to it, she was shooting Charlie's Angels, I believe.
Yeah.
So she said, look, I can't do a whole feature. I'll do the opening.
Yeah, I mean, this is like pre-internet too. So like, I think she's billed on the poster. So going into that movie, you're expecting her to, survive.
That's what pissed me off so much is they used Drew Barrymore as like the big draw to that film, and she's only in the first 5 minutes.
I love that personally. I think it's great marketing. A+.
Yeah, which they continued for another 2 movies. You got Jada Pinkett Smith as the Drew Barrymore of number 2, and then Liev Schreiber, who finally got to be on screen in number 2. He starts in number 3 and then gets axed.
Poor Cotton.
Cotton weary.
Yeah.
Never stood a chance.
Number 5, Jason.
All right. I had to look up the character name and actor for this one. I've talked about this scene before, though. This is the character of Moss, played by J.R. Bourne in 2001's 13 Ghosts.
Oh, that just barely missed my list.
This is the kill where the guy gets cut in half sideways. That and then like the front slowly slides down and you just see everything inside on the glass. Like, oh, so awesome.
It's like one of those half dogs,
Yeah.
One of those half dogs.
Yeah. Remember Return of the Living Dead? They all start barking in the
Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah, in that warehouse.
Yeah,
that's a half dog.
Those half dogs. I don't think it's like a popular expression.
Yeah, when a full dog isn't born complete, it's a half dog.
Poor half dogs.
He only got 2 legs. Let's cut the rest of him off. Sorry, I don't know where that came from.
How does a half dog run?
This is off the rails.
Yes. Very slowly.
Oh yeah.
James, we got yours on this one.
Yep.
Wash
from Serenity.
Mine was a great character by Ellen Page, and her death in this film came out of nowhere. And it's Bolty or Libby, depending on it, from Super.
Oh, that was out of nowhere.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I need to revisit that movie, but there's one scene in particular that disturbs me, and it's one of the main reasons why I don't. When she rapes Rainn Wilson.
Right.
Okay.
It's so awkward.
Oh, yeah, a little bit, yeah.
That's the James Gunn superhero Rainn Wilson,
yes.
Right? Okay. I haven't seen that, actually.
On the cover, shut up, crime.
Great tagline.
It's like a tick. Okay. Number 4. That's right, puppy. Number 4.
Yeah. My dog's going to go wild for a hot second. I think food is being delivered. I apologize. Go ahead. I'm going to mute my mic, and I'll jump back in once he's done, okay?
Okay. Cool. Jason, number 4.
My number 4. Okay, so my top 4 are iconic scenes that have stuck with me for years. And my number 4 is Murphy from RoboCop, 1987 RoboCop. Particularly if you watch the unrated version. Because they
I've never seen the director's cut.
If you see the unrated version, they add a little bit more. Boddicker plays with them a little bit more, and in particular, the final kill shot. It comes a little bit different. They really up that violence factor. But that is an iconic death. Like,
interesting.
Because it leads to RoboCop.
I'm back in, and I just need to say, oh, hell yeah, like Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's a great fucking pick.
Nice.
Weird one. Jacob Tremblay's scene in Dr. Sleep was disturbing.
That is very good.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
I still haven't watched that.
That was so good.
I'm a huge supporter of Dr. Sleep. It's great.
I haven't seen
so
it.
Good.
I have to. I have to though.
Especially in the
have it.
especially in the making of, because apparently Jacob Tremblay was being like a total pro on there, saying like he was going through all the death scene stuff, and everyone who was acting the scene where they're killing him or sucking in his essence was reacting so strongly to him. They're saying like, yeah, that was great. We can't use any of the footage of you guys reacting because you're supposed to be enjoying this. They were all like in tears because Jacob Tremblay was doing such a good job.
Damn.
I gotta watch it. Okay, maybe that'll be my movie tonight.
Watch it and then watch the director's cut because it just gets better.
Okay, we'll bounce back to Stefan.
I also agree. I think my top 4 lists are just like some of the most impactful moments for me. This is one of the newer ones on that list, and it is the decapitation in Hereditary, which I was not expecting at all. So when it happened, it just like knocked me out of the park. It also plays into my fear of like, don't stick your arms and heads outside of windows of moving vehicles. It reinstilled fear of, electrical poles.
Wires.
I love this movie. This is like a hugely affecting moment for me. The way that the brother reacts to his sister's death is very, very interesting. He basically just disavows it and goes to sleep, leaving. Oh yeah, just burp out, man. Anyways, he leaves Toni Collette to discover the body, and it's just like, I don't know, it's a devastating moment, and I just love it. If any movie is made, that I feel is like made for me, it's like this movie. It's great. A+.
What character was that?
It's the daughter who I don't remember her name. I did zero research again. I apologize.
No, it's okay. So we'll say
I'll look it up for you.
Okay. While you're looking that up, we'll go to James.
Me? Okay. Number 4. My number 4 is from the movie Blood Quantum, the zombie apocalypse movie that takes place on the Indian reservation. And it's the character Trailer, played by Michael Grey Eyes. They're in one of the various buildings in there, and they're trying to escape. And he sacrifices himself so that they can escape. And it's just him on the stairs getting completely consumed by the zombies that are coming at him. That is just, it's just super intense.
There's nothing
just like,
better than zombie group kill.
Yeah, because he's also one of the main characters in the movie. It's just like, oh my God, this guy's going down, but he did it so that they could get away. And he just had, Michael Grey Eyes just had some like brilliant death acting there.
I've got to watch that one. I've seen a lot about it, but I have not watched it.
It is great.
Sadly, not tonight. That's Dr. Sleep.
Yeah, well, that's Dr. Sleep. No, watch that one first.
Okay. And we got the character name. Thank you. It's Charlie.
Trailer.
No, from Hereditary. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I sent a DM. I apologize.
Sorry.
There. And add it to the list. There we go. Mine was Ghost Ship. Like it's the same one from before. So that makes us go on to number 3.
Okay, so I consider this to be like the rest of my list to be like a perfect movie. I love this movie. I think it's great. It deals with a lot of interesting subjects, and that movie is Hellraiser. And the death that is affecting for me is Frank's death, where he says Jesus wept and is then promptly pulled apart by chains. This movie's wonderful. Like the practical effects, stand up. The score is very affecting and great and super moving. It deals with a lot of like complicated issues with sex. It's just horror movies. Like I feel like, especially nowadays, kind of like stay away from that subject matter. And you have Hellraiser just like putting its flag in the sand. We're gonna tackle this and we're gonna have a good time.
This is all our film.
Yeah.
I've honestly never seen the first Hellraiser movie.
And how often does the author get to direct his own material?
Yeah, and it's beautifully directed. Honestly, we have such things to show you as an iconic line, and
as weird as this sounds, I know I've seen like number 2 and number 3.
Yeah,
but I never saw one.
I do like.
You
I,
guys-
I, yeah, the second one's good in my opinion. I like it a lot. The third one is like I haven't seen it since I was like probably 10 years old, and it's I think it's trash. Probably I don't know. I don't want to slam it because I haven't watched it recently. So
I don't remember much. I don't remember anything from it. I just know I watched it back when it came out. But for some reason, I never did watch the original.
The third one has like a CD throwing Cinnabite. I'm just like,
Yep. Yeah.
The third one's kind of just fun.
Yeah. I'll rewatch it.
It's even got a Motorhead song called Hellraiser. It's great.
I can get behind some Motorhead, so it's
Yeah.
good to me.
All right, Jason, number 3.
From 1975, Quint Robert Shaw in Jaws. Like, you
Yeah.
talk about iconic deaths. And you can honestly say, well, that Quint wasn't the only one who died there because he took the whole boat with him.
Yep. James,
Hey,
what are you doing?
what the hell is your problem?
That movie's just ordinary.
What?
Get out. Get out.
It's a deep.
Oh,
Yeah, bye.
Yeah, don't bring him back. No. All of these opinions that
You can't.
everything
you can't-
everything you've ever said, that is probably the most ridiculous.
You can't expect me to go the entire show without saying something like that, can you?
But Jaws, you're really gonna take a shot at Jaws?
I'm not taking
Are
a
you
shot at
insane?
it. I'm just saying the movie's decent, but nothing more. It's pretty good.
I feel like my brain's been put into a microwave, guys.
Oh, I'm offended. I'm deeply offended. Good Lord, man.
You really think it's that great?
Jaws is like, oh my God.
Mm.
It is one of the greatest films ever made.
Oh, fuck no.
I wish I had some popcorn right now, guys.
Deep-
Okay, just
deep-
continue.
The Meg and Deep Blue Sea are way the hell better than Jaws.
Oh my God.
47 meters down. Way the hell better than Jaws.
Okay. The Meg, you don't get the Meg without having Jaws. Okay.
And it's better.
No, fuck that.
Okay,
Why?
now that we've got
Meet
that
me
out
at
of
the
the way.
bike racks after school.
Bike
We're
racks.
settling this shit.
Oh, bike racks call back.
Ugh,
well,
I'm so angry.
James, I'm pretty confident your top 3 don't include Jaws. So what is your number 3?
It doesn't
My number
matter.
3. My number 3. My number 3 is Stanley Uris from It Chapter 2. Now, as much as I love the
That movie's garbage.
I have a nostalgic soft spot for the original miniseries, but Stanley's death scene at the end of part 1 in It is just kind of really shocking. The wife comes in, she's like, "Oh my God," and he's dead in the bathtub, and he has the word "It" written on the wall. But this one is very, very, very emotional, where he's flashing back to them all swearing that they'll come back if it comes back. And he's just like saying like, swear. And he's like, and you see him laying in the bathtub saying, "I swear, Bill." And the next shot you see is the blood on his wrist. And he's just kind of laying on the side of the tub, and he's dead. Oh, it really gets me, that scene.
At least he wasn't eaten by a shark.
He was not, but he would have been eaten by a better shark than Jaws.
Jesus.
My number 3 is my God, I think it's 1978. I don't remember when it came out. Alien.
79.
79. There we go. But of
Is
course,
it
it's Kane.
John Hurt?
Yep.
That's
That
my
you
number
can't-
one.
Hard to argue with that one. That's your number 1, really?
Yes.
That is kind of iconic.
Hugely iconic. Yes.
I'm very.
Even the parody from Spaceballs is amazing. You know.
Oh God, not again! Oh.
But yeah.
I saw Spaceballs years before and several times before I ever saw Alien. I still thought it was funny, not knowing what it was referring to.
We lost Jason for a second.
No, he doesn't.
I'm
He's
just trying to
just
collect myself.
He's still back. Greg.
and I agree, Jaws. Ah.
I missed the first one. James, you've started a war. And I agree, Jaws is overrated. Ballin brings up a good one. Wolverine dying in Logan.
It's a very good death.
Again,
that
I
was
wasn't
a-
aiming
that-
I wasn't aiming my list in that direction.
But,
That was a very good death. I considered that.
okay. Number 2. Stefan, lead us somewhere nice.
No, 100% not at all. So I'm kind of excited. My next 2 picks are movies that have been mentioned, but they aren't the deaths that have been mentioned. So my number 2 is Jaws, actually, but it's the death in the opening scene that is like really affecting for me.
That girl.
Yeah. That girl. She isn't an established character. Like she's going to go.
They do say her name at some point, but
yeah, it's pretty abrupt though. She's gonna go skinny dipping with a severely inebriated guy, and he promptly, falls asleep on the beach. She swims out, and then we're treated to, her getting thrashed about as she gets consumed by a shark, and her screams are like absolutely haunting. Jaws rules. I'm on Team Jaws always. Jaws is great. The Jaws army will rise.
you're severely in the minority, James, just so you know.
I know.
Okay. I'm just trying to pull her up. I got her real name, but I don't have her character name.
Unfortunate swimmer.
This is why I was reluctant to interview the grown-up kid from Jaws if CKX had gone off, because I'm not a fan of Jaws.
Well, Jeff still wants to come back, so
if I can find something else cool that he was in, then I could certainly focus on that.
I think we got somebody else here that might want to interview him.
Okay,
I got it.
Jason, yeah.
Somebody who actually enjoys good cinema.
Well, Jason,
That's what I said. That's why I said something else that he was in.
I'm glad I brought this back. Right back.
Look,
Anyway.
you know what? Of all the things that COVID has taken away from us, okay, one of the things that has stung the most is the annual showing, original 35 millimeter print of Jaws at the Retromania at the Highland Cinema in London. I've gone to that a couple times already. I would love to go every year. I was looking forward to going this year, but COVID took that away from us, and God damn it, I missed that.
Well, I think COVID has actually saved James' life right now. So
They should do the Goonies instead.
okay. Jason, I don't care. Somebody, number 2.
My number 2, another iconic scene from another classic that James will probably dislike. Cooper, played by Richard Dysart in 1982's The Thing, the famous chest compression scene.
Great scene.
Ooh, where the teeth come through?
Yes.
Oh, ow. That's cringeworthy.
That still holds up.
What was Stefan's?
My
Number 2.
was the swimmer from Jaws.
Okay, sorry. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
All right, sorry.
We can keep talking about Jaws though. That's cool.
I know. I'm sorry. Yeah, so no. Very, very cringeworthy, Jason.
And I love it when he pulls back the stumps.
Exactly.
That's so real.
That scene was done so beautifully, and that still holds up. The effects, the practical effects, still hold up. That a little bit, you can see a little bit of something there to see through it, but it's still, that scene is still terrifying.
Rob Bottin. I think I pronounced it right.
Yep. Greg says James is the classic movie killer.
I need a drink.
James, educate us on some good cinema. What's your number 2?
Number 2 is the one that Jason avoided. My number 2 is Tony Stark from Avengers Endgame.
Really?
Again, I went in a different direction with this list.
It's just it's on this one's on pure emotional impact. Sacrifice and music and everyone's reaction to it. It couldn't not be up there.
I don't discount that at all. Absolutely. Just my mind didn't look in that direction for this list. So
No. That's cool. That's cool. I started with a lot of death scenes from the Saw movies to start off with. I ended up excluding all of them, but that's what I had. That's where I started.
So now you see the thought process involved in these lists.
Well, they have some of the most brutal death scenes in all of cinema, but
or Hostel.
Or Hostel, yes, or Hostel, but not as much emotional impact behind them.
No. My number 2, it's done for 2 reasons. 1, it's crazy how much this guy dies, and 2, it came out of nowhere in the movie. And again, Brad Pitt, the guy dies. He's like worse than Sean Bean.
no.
Is this Meet Joe Black?
Meet Joe Black. When Joe dies, he gets hit by a car.
Oh, I was right?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Oh, that is like the one car and then the next car.
That's what I mean. He is a ping pong ball in that street.
That is oh man, that is for a movie that's very straight drama, all of a sudden it's like brutal death.
Yeah.
Now here's the rest. Now the rest of the 2.5 hours.
It's almost comedic the way he dies, you know?
It is. Yeah.
But it is so brutal.
I never actually saw it. I was one of the ones that went in. I bought a ticket, watched the Star Wars Episode 1 trailer.
Oh, fuck.
No, I didn't. I'm lying. I didn't. I'd never seen the movie, but I did not buy a ticket just to watch a trailer.
I can't. I apologize for cussing on that one. I mean, like, I believe there's people out there who would do that.
Oh, but a lot of people did.
I mean, like, as much as big a fan I am as Phantom Menace, it's like it's just a trailer. Watch the damn movie.
But a lot of people did do that, though. That is real. That really happened.
No. I believe you. I just find it dumb that they did.
You did it?
No.
Oh, I thought you were putting your hand up saying you did it.
It was the first Star Wars film of any kind, even if it's just a trailer, in 16 years. So people were excited. Now, I would have stuck around and watched the movie anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
I paid for a ticket, of course.
Exactly. The
movie would have been garbage. I don't know. But I would have stayed to watch it.
Exactly.
No, Meet Joe Black is a better movie than Phantom Menace.
I can't. I
we go.
I can't compare.
I don't have an opinion.
I don't. There's no way I'm gonna get fighting for Episode 1. Hell no. Hell.
Because you'd lose.
In that case, number 1. Ooh, number
exclamation point.
Wow. Okay.
You did that last week too.
It's the same one from last week.
Yep.
Are we doing honorable mentions?
Yeah. You got any honorable mentions, Stefan?
Oh, geez, yeah. Give me one hot second here. I have some good ones.
Okay, hang on. Hey, what are yours? Okay,
me?
Back to Stefan.
All right, I have the blood test scene from The Thing. I have The Omen, the nanny's death, where she says it's all for you, Damien, and then hangs herself, which I think is wonderful. There is the mallet kill from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where the person twitches afterwards, which I find disgusting. It's all implied violence, which I think is really, really good. The Dead Zone, when the deputy kills himself with the scissors at the kind of the end of the second half of the movie, because the movie has a weird structure. That is very, very good. Final Destination 2, the Highway to Hell.
Oh, the logs.
Yeah, I still hate logging trucks. I stay far, far away. Anyways, Cache, the Michael Haneke film where the person slits their throat at the end of the movie. That's also on my list. I have more. I could keep going.
All right.
I only have one.
James, what you got?
For honorable mentions, I have Jed Eckhart, played by Chris Hemsworth in the Red Dawn remake. Just because he'd be considered the hero of the movie, and towards the end of the movie, all of a sudden he's walking along and boom, headshot, gone, out of the movie, dead.
Nice.
And William, played by Peter Outerbridge, another great Canadian actor, in Saw 6, where one of the traps was the contraption comes down and basically injects his entire torso with acid, and you just basically see half his body disintegrate and fall off.
Yes. Yes.
It was sort of like one was emotional impact and the other one was just complete brutality.
It's so cool.
Those were my honorable mentions.
Ballin throws in one here. Jyn Erso and Cassian Andor death scene in Rogue One is my honorable mention.
That almost made my list.
Jason, what's your honorable mention?
Because I'm pretty sure this one is still going. He's probably still on set. Paul Rubens from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Kicking the wall.
He's still going. I'm pretty sure he's still in the set.
I saw that in the theater.
He's still going.
I saw that in the theater, and that was hysterical.
I've only got two. One of them is Mother, and it's the scene with the baby.
Yeah.
Mother.
Never saw that one.
Just because it's a baby, it's just
it's well done. I just wish it wasn't like an analogy.
Yeah, I found out afterwards. You know, I got near the end. It's like, wait a minute. But the other one is Hurt Locker. Poor Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
because it came out of nowhere.
Jeremy Renner doesn't die.
Oh, you're thinking of Guy Pearce?
Guy Pearce, sorry, yes.
Oh, yeah, because you get a big... It's a scream moment. It's a big star to open the movie. Yeah.
Yep. And he opened it with the bang.
Yeah. Pun intended.
Come on. No, that was completely intended. All right, then. Now to number one. Stefan.
So, again, my number one is a movie that's already been mentioned, but it's a different death. And my movie is Alien. And my death is of Tom Skerritt's character, Dallas. Basically, he is searching for the alien in the air ducts, and the rest of the crew are kind of like, you know, in a room watching the device that tracks the location of the alien. And they're like, oh, it's coming towards you. It's coming towards you. It's such a great suspenseful scene. And then he goes like up a level and turns his flashlight and illuminates the alien. And it is such a good scare. And it's a wonderful death. Yeah,
that's
it's great.
Sort of like the shot from The Grudge, where it's like nothing, turn, and they're right there.
Yeah, and because they're like leading up to this for such a long period of time, like it you know, your suspense just builds and builds and builds.
And I always loved how in Aliens, how they paid homage to that scene with a scene in Aliens when they're all backed in that one room and they have the motion sensors going. They should be in the room. Where are they? And they look
Bill
up.
Paxton.
And then they peek their head up and there's like, you see a bunch of them all right there. And
Game over.
I'm reading it right. Come take a look at it, man. Like it's man, what a great scene.
Bill Paxton. Put her in charge, man.
Yeah. Just drop your linen and start your grinning. That's
another beautiful day.
Well, Jason was also Alien.
Yeah,
because you had Kane for number one.
Yep.
So, James, do you have Alien?
My number one is not going to be anybody else's number one. Mine is Gwen Stacy from The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh.
I just thought, and well, okay, I'm alone. I'm probably alone in thinking that I think this is still the second best Spider-Man movie they've put out. But the brutality of her scene where she's falling down this long tower, and just at the very last second, the slow motion of the web going down, almost turning into hands, reaching down to grab her. He grabs her, and she's gone. Just as he grabs her, and they show it. Just her going boom and limp, and it's just like in a PG movie. It's just like, oh my god, it's one of the worst deaths I've ever seen.
Yeah,
at least for me. And it's just it's brutality and emotional impact for me.
See, I don't mind. So go ahead, Stefan.
Do you think that the Amazing Spider-Man 2 is better than Jaws? let's do this.
Don't touch
are you trying to make me? Are you trying to make me cuss again? I'm just gonna say fuck yes. I mean, come on. Most movies are better than Jaws. I mean, this isn't like Gravity, where almost every movie is better than Gravity. It's most movies are better than Jaws. It's just a decent movie.
And
that was Stefan's fault.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, he pulled the scab off that one. I saw him. See, I like the Amazing Spider-Man duo, or I guess you'd call it, because they didn't get the third one.
Yeah,
and I love the fact that they brought Gwen Stacy into it, and they kept it to the comics, because that's right from the comic.
Yep.
It's just one of those you don't expect in a movie where it's a hero moment. He's gonna get her, and he's gonna save her at the last minute, and you're just like, oh my god, and they show it. I
think I'm watching that.
Now, have you heard the rumors?
Rumors?
Very strong rumors.
Tobey Maguire and Andrew
Garfield. For the next live-action Spider-Man movie, they are looking to go Spider-Verse, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield coming back. That's what they're trying to do.
Sony has saying it's unconfirmed. They didn't deny it. They said it's unconfirmed.
Right.
And say I've even heard rumors about them casting out right now Miles Morales.
Yeah, I heard that too.
What I would love for them to do is to make this third live-action Spider-Man movie live-action and animation, and make it a true Spider-Verse into the Spider-Verse 2.
We had that discussion on the show where if they ever made a live-action Spider-Verse, it would have been amazing.
Well,
amazing.
That's the heavy rumors.
I see what you did there. Amazing.
No.
Spectacular?
No. Sure. I'll give you that one.
All right. Well, that was another comic, Spectacular Spider-Man, right?
Web of Spider-Man. Although
There's
you can't
40
work that
million of them.
You can't work web of into a compliment.
No. All right, my number one. And
web of compliments coming at you.
Well done. I won't kick you out for that one. My number one. I'm surprised it wasn't on here.
Oh, I'm intrigued.
1981, which I'm almost positive it is. Raiders of the
You
Lost
already
Ark
talked about the thing. Raiders. Oh,
with Renee Belloc and the face melt.
Oh, I did see that. Someone had when I was looking online, somebody had that listed, so it went through my head.
I considered it. I did consider it, but
that's pretty. The face melting scene.
Yeah, it's iconic. It is absolutely. Should it have been on the list? Maybe, but it just.
Someone else mentioned the "You Chose Poorly" scene from Last Crusade.
Oh yeah, that one too.
Where he instantly turns old and disintegrates.
Mm-hmm.
But not as graphic.
A lot of CGI in that.
Yeah. The basically your head is made of wax and it just melted is a little bit more practical.
Mm-hmm. But it looked amazing.
It did. I haven't seen that in decades, but yeah.
Wow.
Old Yeller did not make the list.
Which one?
Old Yeller did not make the list.
No.
Or Marley and Me.
If I would have had my list in that direction, you would have heard Bambi.
See?
Yeah.
Ballin said it. Nazi face melt. Nothing better than a Nazi face melt.
It's very true.
Except Jaws.
I do think a Nazi face melt is better than Jaws. That's true.
I can just feel he's just playing you now.
Can we get out of here? I'm done.
Oh, all right.
I don't know.
Stefan, thanks for coming on.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Stefan.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Well, no, you know what? No, because you ripped the scab open after I was calm.
Yeah.
So no,
And I'm
screw you,
I'm just leaving now. You can deal with
your
that.
name- You really do suck, just like your name says. You really do suck.
Quietly
true.
walking out the back door.
You're sowing
I don't-
seeds of discontent between the team of Jaws. Like
He's just gonna be like, I don't take the shits, I just disturb them, and then boom, mic drop him out.
Yeah. Well, guys, Stefan is getting ready to do a podcast with Mitch, and can you please tell them the premise of the podcast?
Okay, so this is fun. Or I hope it will be fun. If you don't find it fun, I guess we suck. I don't know. But the show will be called Drag Mitch to Hell. And the premise is that I will pick movies that I like that I don't think Mitch will like, force him to watch them to test the bounds of friendship. And that's the podcast.
I
awesome.
approve. I
That is
approve.
awesome.
I don't know if we'll be friends after we do a few episodes of this, so we'll see what happens.
Every once in a while, though, you should flip the script.
Yes. Oh, we are. So there's going to be episodes where he picks movies that he believes I won't enjoy.
Okay.
But that'll happen less frequently.
I like this idea a lot because for one particular reason, I wasn't a big fan of Hereditary. I thought it was just a little too weird.
Yeah,
So
that's fair.
my friend Dalton, who was a big fan of Hereditary,
Thought he'd
he
be
talked
bigger.
about he thought he saw Midsommar, the follow-up, and he's like, "You're gonna hate this movie. You're gonna hate this movie." I watched the movie just because of that. Loved it.
Midsommar's
Don't
great.
really like Hereditary, but love Midsommar.
Yeah. I'm a
Sometimes
huge
you
fan of
feel
both.
Yeah, but he thought I would hate it because I didn't really like Hereditary, and it's just a completely different movie. So I love your premise.
Yes. We'll see how it goes.
Well, yeah. Well, they can't all be winners.
I mean, I gotta pick
Like
wonderful
Jaws.
So we have very, very similar tastes, but we have like very interesting places where we have diversions in taste. Where like I love Near Dark, and he thinks it's like an okay movie. You know, like
I say it's better than better than okay. It's better than Jaws.
Oh, now he's. You know what?
You know what? Bye, guys. I'm
No,
out.
no,
I'm out.
Jason,
Bye.
We're gonna have our first virtual view and review, and I think John can do it.
Yeah, I don't know how much more I
I
can
don't
take
want
of
it to be
this.
virtual. I want to be in the same room with them so I can throw things at them.
That's fair.
Just gets like a Nerf automatic gun, just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, we'll sit down. James is like, "Why does Jason have a big box of water balloons?"
No reason.
Yeah,
Don't
you
worry
better-
about those open electrical cords beside you.
Yeah,
Ah.
there's water in there.
I needed that, guys. Thank you.
So remember, next week, right here, top 10 horror sequels with
Right.
David K. Montoya, our favorite Mexican.
I want to say why does that name sound familiar?
He's our buddy from California. He's
But
definitely
has-
not Mexican.
Has he been on the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A while
But
back, yeah.
Was I on it?
No.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
he hasn't been on since you've been on.
Okay, that's why. But the names sound familiar for some reason, unless I listened to an episode when I was going through the backlog.
Probably.
That'd be it. Yeah, he's been on a few.
Cool. Horror movie sequels.
Got it.
Yes. So for another week at the Movie Madhouse, I'm Rob.
I'm James.
I'm Jason.
I'm Stefan, and I still suck.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Doodle.
I say, shut up! It's a madhouse! A